Welcome to Tips for Gamers. Today we're going to be showing you all the contract cheats and glitches you can do in Madden 23. We'll also be going over old contract cheat and glitch methods that we did in prior Maddens, and we'll do YouTube shorts on them to see if they still work, to make them quick for you guys. But we're going to give you guys a little bit new material here so you guys know what you're doing and know how to really make the game work for you, whether you want to cheat completely, you want to have a little bit more of a challenge, what have you. We're here to just give you guys the information, and you guys do with it what you will. So with that being said, guys, make sure to subscribe, click the like button if you like the video, leave a comment down below, let us know what content you guys want us to do. Also, subscribe to our other sister channel, which is Club Level Sports. We're going to be popping out content on that as soon as we can. And also, guys, make sure to share our Minecraft resource pack with anyone who plays Minecraft, especially Java Edition, because they will love our resource pack. Did a lot of work on it, and we want to share it out to as many people as we can. So one big tip that we have for you guys with contracts is called trading for contracts, right? And this method is huge because contracts win you championships. Point blank and simple. If you can get guys cheaper than everyone else, you can get more guys that will get you to a Super Bowl. Period. It's that easy. Okay? And the one thing we're going to show you this year is how to trade like beasts. You're going to be able to have so much trade currency with your players, with your draft picks, that it's going to be insane. And we've also traded for an entire rookie team. You know, all the best rookies you can think of. So, A.J. Brown is perfect for this, right? He's got $43.1 million signing bonus, and that is his guaranteed money. And so if you trade for him, they're going to take $43.1 million. The Eagles will pay that, and I'll get that docked off of his total contract. Okay, so I'll get him for a 5-year deal, also with no guaranteed money. So I could trade him away at his very last year, trade him away for gold, and do this same thing again. I can continuously keep the ball rolling. If you do this enough, you are going to be unstoppable. I mean, this tip alone is insane, and it's so easy because Madden can't stop it. Unless you just shut down trades completely, no one can stop it because you can give them fair value. Give them fair value. You just got to have a lot of fair value to be able to do this on multiple occasions. So if I go for A.J. Brown, let's say, and I just have guys burning a hole in my pocket, I'm like, hey, look, I'm going to grab Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill's not getting any better in Madden. Okay, and that's just the way it is. So then I could sit there and say, all right, give me 2 first-round picks, and I'm just going to work the system here. They said no to that. I want 1 first-round pick. They also said no to that. Well, do I want to throw in a second? Maybe throw in a second. Try to work your way through this entire, I don't know if this will go through. I don't expect it to. But, yeah, you can just work your way through it. And even if I get him and a second-round pick, this is huge value for me. Massive, massive value. Could I gotten more? Probably. I could have kept working the system. But the thing is this. I got Ryan Tannehill, I got rid of him, and Ryan Tannehill's super expensive, so I actually cut him, took the $19 million cap hit because I don't care, and then I traded him away for Brown. And what's beautiful about this now is when I go to the Titans, okay, you're going to see that I have A.J. Brown for a 5-year deal, and look what I'm paying him. Look at his cap hit. Right at this time, he gets $16 million. Okay, so I can have him for 2 years. At $1.88 million, $1.59 million. Imagine how many guys I can get in these 2 years and win 2 Super Bowls and then trade him away for a guy for gold. I mean, he's only going to be 27, 28 years old. So this is something you really want to be thinking about because that $90 million contract dropped down to $51 million. And the way it's structured, I'm paying him that in the back end. It's a back end contract. That's beautiful. That's exactly what I want because he's not going to ever see this $31 million in 2026. Not from my team. He'll see it from someone else, but not me. So one other thing that you can do to cheat contracts, and this is just simple. This is what the game allows you to do. This is just Madden allowing you to do it. You can go to the edit the player. You can go all the way to the right side here, and you can edit the contract here. So I don't know if you guys did know that. Most of you probably did, but you can do that. Now, you can't do that. I don't know if you can do that if you're league commissioner or not, but either way, if you can't do this, we have plenty of other methods for you to be able to sign guys incredibly cheap because we have another one coming up that if you're not league commissioner, you'll still be able to sign guys incredibly cheap in any league. So another thing that you guys can do, and this is a little cheeky way to get guys really cheap, and you don't have to be league commissioner in order to do this. But you might get kicked out. Okay, that's something you might end up getting kicked out. However, you can get any guy. This works for any player. It doesn't matter who. We're just using Derrick Henry, for example. So in week 7, he could negotiate because we released him out of his contract and then re-signed him. So week 6, the week prior to when he can start negotiating, after we played our game, or if you're on bye week, we just moved him to a punter, right? That real simple. It's like punter signing, I guess you could call this. So that's what we'll call it, is punter signing. So I'll even give him a little bit more money just to, make sure it goes through. This says exactly the offer I was hoping for, and then you move him back to his original position, and you get these guys super, super cheap. And you don't have to be league commissioner either, but just make sure you're not getting kicked out of people's league, because you might. You definitely might. Now, the next one we're going to talk about is not the old practice re-signing method that we had previously. Okay, the practice re-signing method, we had a few of them that we had that were really profitable, right? And it was a glitch, and it was a cheat, and Madden did, in fact, patch it. They really did. They went after our methods quite a bit, and I love it because it means they watch us, and hello, Madden, how you doing? So, there is another one, though, that it's very, very difficult to stop. Now, all you have to do is you have to go to your league settings, and you have to turn practice squad signing or practice squad stealing off. Okay, if you turn that off, you're good. Now, the way for this to work is you have to do it as much as you can, basically. You have to be able to do it very intelligently, because if you don't, will it save you enough money? It just depends in the certain situation. Quarterbacks, yes, it can save you so much money. It's insane, especially if you get a really good quarterback. So like Joe Burrow wants a 7-year deal at the end of the year for $317 million. Well, that's a lot of money that I just don't know if I love that amount. I really don't know if I love that. So there's something else you can do, right? And you have to make sure you have backups. So what I would do is I'd actually move Joe Burrow to the practice squad. I would take Justin Jefferson. I would move him to the practice squad. And remember, you have to have practice squad stealing off, because if not, you're going to get it stolen. Now, the next thing that you want to understand here is, for this to work, the player has to be a 2-year pro or less. But I wouldn't do it for a player unless, he doesn't have a contract. So if Chase Young got released, I found him on the free agency, then I would do it, because I'd have no other choice, right? I don't want to sign him at the end of the year to the massive deal. So I'd take Chase Young as well, and I would move him to the practice squad. Okay, now, this year, you're not going to be able to use him. So that sucks. But that's why you have good backups, because for the next 2 years, you're going to get these guys at a much more reasonable price, and we'll show you at the end of the year. So there's a reason that this is so good. For one, you could do it for backups, right? And that's huge, because if you get all of your backups signed to this, it's going to be really, really profitable for you, because they end up getting onto your team for much cheaper than they normally would. You don't have to change anything. You don't have to do anything crazy here. And you can also do this for just trade purposes. So I can bring on a bunch of guys that I'm like, okay, hey, I have, a filled roster full of dudes. I'm going to be able to trade these guys away, because you don't have to pay any penalty whatsoever. And you get them for 2 years. Okay, so I'm getting Joe Burrow for $12.2 million and $12.8 million. Okay, I'm getting I'm getting Jefferson for 6.95 and 7.3. Okay, so yeah, you're saving a little bit of money. Some people might not do this because they're like, yeah, I'm just not saving that much. But then you're getting a guy like Chase Young, 3.86, $4 million. So the reason we're showing you this, not only because it's good, but because if you do this correctly and you have good backups, you could be doing this continuously every year if you really wanted to. And you could develop a Mutt-like team, because you have just so much money on your lap that you can just spend on other guys. And the other beautiful thing is you can trade these guys away, so you can continuously do this over and over. When these guys are on 1-year deals, I could trade them away for gold easily, and I could get more guys and do this with more guys. And you could just continuously do this. You could then trade for rookies, okay, who have massive guaranteed contracts. Rookies' contracts, 90% of it is guaranteed. You could trade for those guys, bring them on, and then right when they're in year 2, going into year 3, that's when you do this. Okay, and then you'll just keep this going, and you won't believe how much money you'll actually save.